Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to today's lesson titled Our World Part 2. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify the role of the verb to be in the past simple and use the verb to be in the past simple in reading and writing. Are you ready to start our lesson? Very well. Let's start today's lesson by revising some of the vocabulary that we learned previously. Let's take a look at this picture. Can you tell me, what is this? Fantastic! It's a lake. Now look at this picture. What can you see? What is this? Very good! It's a competition. Now, let's continue with our revision. Let's check out this picture. Look at the boy. Can you tell me, who is this? Wonderful! He's the winner. Finally, let's take a look at this picture. What can you see? What is this? Wonderful job! It's a sailing boat. That's correct. Now, let's look at some examples together. Look at this picture. What can you see? Very well. It's a boat. The example states, there was a boat on the lake. Now, take a look at this picture. How many boats can you see? That's correct. These are 3 boats. The second example is, there were 3 boats on the lake. Notice the words in red. There was and there were. What can you notice about them? Excellent! We use there was with the singular nouns. And we use there were with plural nouns. That's correct. Now, let's look at some negative form examples. Look at the picture. What can you see? Very good. It's a table. Can you see anything on the table? Very good. There is nothing on the table. Let's read the example together. There wasn't a cup on the table. Now, take a look at this picture. What can you see? Very good. It's a lake. Can you see any boats on the lake? Excellent. There aren't any boats on the lake. Now, let's look at the other example. There weren't boats on the lake. Now, notice the words in red. There wasn't and there weren't. What can you notice about them? Excellent job! There wasn't is the negative form of there was, and there weren't is the negative form of there were. Fantastic job, my dears. Now that we've seen the examples together, can you help me form the rule? Let's start with the first example. There was a boat on the lake. Can you tell me, when do we use there was? Very good. We use it to talk about an object that is singular. And most importantly, there was is used to talk about the past. Therefore, the rule will be, we use there was to say that a singular person or object was in a specific place in the past. Excellent job! Now, let's look at the second example. There were 3 boats on the lake. Can you tell me, when do we use there were? Fantastic! We use there were to talk about objects that are plural. And just like there was, we use there were to talk about the past. Therefore, can you help me form the rule? Excellent! We use there were to say that plural persons or objects were in a specific place in the past. Great job, my dears! Now, let's check out the rule for the negative forms. Let's look at the example. There wasn't a cup on the table. What can you tell me about there wasn't? Wonderful job! That's correct. The negative form of there was is there wasn't. Now, let's look at another example. There weren't boats on the lake. What can you tell me about there weren't? That's correct. The negative form of there were is there weren't. Great job, my darlings! Now that you've helped me form the rules, let's read the lookbox together. There was a small boat. There wasn't a big boat. There were 2 winners. There weren't 3 winners. Great job, my dears. It's now time to practice what we've learned so far. To do so, we will open our workbooks to page number 97 and complete activity number 2. In this activity, we have to read the sentences and circle the correct verb. Number 1 is solved for you. There were 2 winners, Tom and John. Number 2. There wasn't or weren't a competition on Sunday. Can you help me choose the correct verb? Fantastic! The answer is there wasn't a competition on Sunday. Can you tell me why did we choose the verb wasn't in this sentence? That's correct. We chose the verb wasn't because competition is a singular noun. Number 3. There wasn't or weren't any vegetables in the basket. Can you tell me which one is the correct verb? Very good. The answer is there weren't any vegetables in the basket. Can you tell me why did we choose the verb weren't in this sentence? Excellent! We chose the verb weren't because vegetables is a plural noun. Number 4. There was or were a frog in the lake. Which one is the correct verb? Excellent! The correct verb is was. There was a frog in the lake. How did you know? Excellent, because frog is a singular noun. Number 5. There was or were 20 dolls in the toy shop. Which is the correct verb? Excellent! The answer is there were 20 dolls in the toy shop. Can you tell me why did we choose the verb were in the sentence? Excellent! That is because dolls is a plural noun. The last one, number 6. There wasn't or weren't any sharks in the aquarium. Can you tell me which one is the correct verb? Excellent! The answer is there weren't any sharks in the aquarium. Can you tell me why did we choose the verb weren't? Wonderful job! We chose weren't because sharks is a plural noun. You've done a wonderful job, my dears. Now, let's continue practicing by opening our student's book, page number 101, to complete activity number 4. This is a listening activity. In this activity, we have to listen and then circle the correct answer, A or B. Are you ready? Let's start listening.
4. Listen and circle A or B. 1.
Yesterday, there was a sailing boat competition on TV. It wasn't a big competition. There were 5 small boats on the lake.
2.
Where were you yesterday, Bob?
I was at a sports competition. There wasn't one winner, there were 2 winners.
3.
Where were you yesterday, Tom?
I was at the pet shop. There were 2 cats and there were 3 parrots too.
Very good, my dears. Now, can you help me answer number 1? Very good. The answer is A. Can you give me the answer for number 2? Fantastic! The answer is also A. Finally, can you help me answer number 3? Correct! The answer is B. Great job, my darlings. Let's now move to our student's book, page number 101, to complete activity number 5. This is a speaking activity. Let's play the guessing game. Let's start by looking at the example. There weren't 10 boats. There were 5 boats. Which picture is it? 1A. Yes, that's correct. Now, let's play together. Look at the pictures. Now, let's look at the description. There weren't 2 winners. There was 1 winner. Can you guess the picture? 2B. That's correct. Let's play some more. Look at the pictures. Now let's hear the description. There weren't 2 birds. There were 3 birds. Can you guess the picture? 3B. That's correct. Now, look at the pictures one more. The description is, there weren't 5 boats. There were 10 boats. Can you guess the picture? 1B. Wonderful job. Let's guess another one. The description is, there weren't 2 cats. There were 3 cats. Can you guess the correct picture? Fantastic! It's 3A. Great job, my darlings. Let's play one last time. The description is, there wasn't 1 winner. There were 2 winners. Can you guess the correct one? Fantastic! The answer is 3A. You've done an excellent job today, my dears. This is the end of our lesson for today. I hope that you can now use the verb to be in the past form correctly. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.